Well, America's legal earthquakes, something that's mighty big and just shook the whole country. And the folks don't even realize how much it could change the trail ahead. It's just a few weeks. The Supreme Court has dropped one ruling that hinted at another. And watch the legal rattle in the legal corral. So the posts are just staking. These aren't isolated tremors. Together they redraw the map of who can own a gun, how you can buy it, and what kind of iron that you can even have. And together for these rulings quietly open the gate that could have changed and shut for others. And the same gate may slam enough to crush the rights flat. Now, whether you know it or not, you might be standing in the path of that swinging gate. You could lose your rights entirely, face federal charges, or become the next headline of nobody saw it coming. Well, for years, build-it-yourself kits were in the closet, were invisible, unmarked, unregistered, and bought in the shadows. But in March 26th, the Supreme Court ruled 7-2 that these kits are far under the Gun Control Act of 1968. Translation is, they're firearms, they're not toys, they're not hobby parts. Justice Corinich noted that some kits, especially the by the build and by the shoot variety, were weapons in every thing but in name. Well, no heavy tools, no machining, and sometimes you could just pull it out of the box and have it working a gun in under an hour. And now manufacturers must stamp serial numbers, and sellers must run background checks, and buyers must meet that age requirement. And the ATF, once struck in the gray zone, now has a court's blessing to regulate these kits like full-fledged firearms. Ghost guns, well, not anymore. They have been dragging in the daylight, and next up is the United States versus how many. And that case is hotter than a branding iron. It not ask what counts as guns, but also what counts kind of person can own one. Ally Daniel Hamani was caught with a Glock and a small stash of cocaine and marijuana. Under federal law, unlawful drug possession and firearms challenged the ban, claiming it violates the Second Amendment, and the lower court sided with him. But the DOJ appealed, and now the Supreme Court will decide. If the court decides with him, any of the ban could crumble, restoring the rights to hundreds of thousands of people, including recreational marijuana users where it's legal. If the court sides with the government, the ban may even be strengthened either way. These rulings redefine who qualifies for a gun ownership in America. It's not just about drugs. It's about every definition of the people. What does that the people mean? Earlier this year, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the federal ban on handguns purchased for 18 or 20-year-olds is unconstitutional. For decades, young adults could buy rifle, shotguns, and handguns from a licensed dealer. Judge Edith Jones wrote that the founding and the fathers and young adults were considered part of the militia and expected to provide their own weapons. No historical tradition barred them from owning guns. If this ruling spreads nationwide, millions of young Texans and young Americans could legally buy handguns for the first time in decades. Put these shifts side by side, and the ghost guns redefine. The pending case could redefine who counts as a people. We always thought we knew who the people was, and the appellate ruling that redefines the age restrictions could together they mark a new era in the Second Amendment law. Your rights are now depend on your age, your habits, and your state, and your purchasing method, and even the tools that you buy. Before you buy to build in 2025, you better check your footing. 18 to 20-year-old, well, the Reese ruling might help, but are not, depending on your state. Use marijuana. The Miami ruling could restore your rights to confirm that you're still prohibited. And consider the gross gun kit makes that license serializing comes with a background check and document everything, receipts, serial numbers, emails, background checks, and the law shifts again. You'll need proof that you stayed on the right side. These rulings aren't just about guns. They're about how the Constitution wrestles with modern life, technology, drugs and age, and responsibility. And the Doug's guns make your own kit innovation against regulation. Many forces the courts to weigh the modern drug laws against historic gun rights. And the age ruling challenges the assumption that maturity checks and civil duty. Well, the ground is shifting fast, and if you want to protect your rights, you can't sit back on the porch. You got to stay ahead of the changes. Understand that the rules are involved are making informed choices before you buy. Because in the new landscape, ignorance isn't harmless anymore. It's dangerous. And it might cost you your rights forever. And if this stuck through, drop it and give me a thumbs up, and I appreciate your helping hand in subscribing. And this is Thoughts While Thinking, and these opinions are mine.